On my channel, so far my most viewed video is my tier list predictions for the OP-03 meta after the restricted list that was dropped last week now. And I think the most controversial take I had on that list was placing Kid in S tier. And to be fair, I think that it could be the case that Zoro and Law are the two S tier decks, and then Kid and Katakuri should be on the top of A. Also, I think I put Whitebeard in B tier, and after playing around with a lot of Whitebeard, I think Whitebeard is either A tier. I think it's probably the same power level as like Rob Lucci, maybe even as powerful as like Katakuri, because Katakuri still loses pretty hard to Whitebeard in my opinion. But that is aside from the point of today's video. This was one of my controversial takes. Eustass Kid being a top tier deck, a contender for the best deck in the format, dare I say, as I do, since this is the title of the video. I do plan on making a in-depth gameplay of Katakuri, Law, and Zoro. I'm still working on finalizing my Zoro list that I want to show off, as I am planning on playing one of these four decks in the Tulsa regional coming up at the end of next month. So lots of gameplay, lots of practice coming up in the near future. So yeah. But let's get into the deck profile here and kind of like a general concept. I'm not going to go card by card because I think most people know what most of these cards do. The interesting choices here outside of like standard Kid is I have 2 copies of Killer. The reason for Killer over like Beige or any other blocker is simply because in the Katakuri matchup, Strusen can pitch a trigger card to pop a Beige, and the Killer is a 2 cost, and it cannot be popped by Strusen, and that's literally it. That's the whole point of using Killer over Beige. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it yet. It does also feel nice to draw a card, and I feel like the only time I'm playing the Killer is super late game after I've already brought out a Kid and already have a Luffy up and a couple of other attackers that are being turned every turn. So I feel like the value I'm getting out of Killer has been pretty good, but it should only be used in the very late game. Speaking of which, Kid is something that I feel like with the decline of Ninebeard in particular, the 9-cost character, Kid feels like it gets a lot more value, because the issue that Kid had was once they printed the 9-cost Whitebeard, Zoro now had a late game answer to Kid that was very consistent. Like, of course, now they can still, like, their out to it is basically, okay, well, let me Gordon, bring it down to a 5k, and then I can just hit it multiple times with, like, my whole board. But there's 2 things with this film iteration that I feel like helps handle that a little bit better. Number 1 is the fact that film floods the board almost as frequently as Zoro does. Like, there's so many times where I'm going 1 for 1 and I'm just swinging at board, clear all the Zoro stuff, and then prevent them from being able to kind of like overtake me the following turn. I might be playing 3 cards off of a single Luffy by going Luffy into Brook into either Usopp or better yet, the Nami. And with that kind of value, I'm able to keep in pace with the board and trade board down, which means that even if they do Gordon me or do something along those lines, I'm often able to still play around it because I'll have up a Killer and then a Luffy, and then it turns into, instead of being able to just go for like 6 swings of 5 and be able to out that Kid, it's really more like 3 to 4 swings that they get a chance to swing with, and they could load those up. But then if they load them up, I just block with my Luffy or my Killer, get my draw. I usually have a ton of 2Ks in my hand in the late game, and I might even have like a Punk Gibson or something that's live. So they're out to the Killer, or sorry, the Kid is much less frequent than just, oh, let me just drop a Ninebeard and then we can kind of just ignore it for a bit. And I feel like that is huge for us. Beyond that, to Bart, because Bartolomeo gets a little bit clunky at 3 maybe 3 might be the right number. But I was seeing it too frequently, and it just feels so bad tossing it as a counter. For Bonnie, this is actually pretty decent. You want it at the very beginning or the very end. You don't want to play it in the mid game usually. Mid game, you're conquering the board with all these, but sometimes, like if I have a 2-Don turn, I might play this, turn it, let him kill it. I don't really care. It then effectively is acting as a blocker, giving me an extra turn to kind of find the cards anyway. And I will probably find another one because there's so much searching in this deck between Bonnies and Namis. I'm eventually going to see these cards and it's going to work out fine. I run for my 2K lineup. I have, of course, the 4 Apu, the 4 Chopper, and then I run 4 Izu because Izu, sometimes what people do is they will just not swing, and Izu forces them to rest so that I can take them out. Hawkins also helps a lot with the board clear in matchups that have a lot of traps, or sorry, not traps, blockers, such as the black deck and Law and opposing Kid decks. Just really important for our board clear to be very efficient. Also, of course, can efficiently clear out a Zoro board, which is always nice. So yeah, that's basically the whole summary of our game plan going into these. I'll see you whenever I find a game. Right off the bat, we get a new gate, so this will be interesting. I'm looking at my hand. I'm not seeing any early game plays. We do see the Nami, but I don't think that's enough to keep. So we're going to mulligan here. We do see the Kid. I mean, it is what it is. We're going first. No first turn play. I think the game plan here is to attempt, because this is going to get popped if we put this out there. So we're going to hold on to this. I think we're just going to swing 8 at his face and then pass next turn. And we're going to try to get into this 8-drop Kid with a good amount of life left. I feel like that is kind of an overwhelming situation. We do see the Fossa coming out off of the Whitebeard Pirates. So he is playing some of the other blockers. That is a 2-cost. He also found himself the 4-cost Marco off of the second Whitebeard Pirates. So that is a pretty good start for him. We have 3. Yeah, I think we just swing for 8. Next turn we'll do Brook Nami. And then we'll be able to still swing for 6. So it's not the worst thing ever. Right, because we'll have 5. Yeah. Oh, but the thing that is bad about that play is the Nami will not get its search because we will need 1 extra open. So if we have 5, we put 1 on him. That's swing 6. I think we block out of this. There's no reason to take hits for no reason. But I think we still want to do... No. Actually, we might want to just go 6 and then establish a 6k vanilla. Because if we swing that way, we're always applying some pressure and then we're threatening. Then the following turn, we can do the 4 into 3, get a search off. And I think that might be a little bit better overall. Plus, that will give us 2 swings on the following turn versus 1 swing. So we're establishing 2 new bodies and then getting 2 swings. So I think that is probably the efficient route here. He does have a Fossa blocker. We also know that he has a 4-drop Marco in hand. His hand size is getting big, so we do want to constantly be applying some pressure. We might even drop the Kid and just not tap it and let him deal with it so that we have a big body to swing with the following turn. We're still at 5 life. Now, generally speaking, when playing Kid, we don't want to be countering out so early, but since this is a Whitebeard, we want, and since he does only have at most 1 copy of the 9-cost new gate, I think it is correct to counter out. So we're just going to go swing for 6. And here, that might be a bad play because he can clear it out pretty cheaply. But we're going to establish 2 new bodies. So we'll see. Our whole goal here is just to get as many cards used up as possible. So attach 1, swing for 6 again, just a little poke. And then now we'll go for our big. Use this. Oh, we don't want to bottom 2 Namis, but we do get a 2k counter out of it. And we only have 1 up. So he is probably going to go 8 into Zoro, and then 6 into life, and then probably Marco plus maybe like a speed gel or something. That sounds like it'd be pretty strong. Okay, he starts off with 6 into it, and I think we have to let it go because next turn we're going to go 8 cost. Yeah, I think we want to do that. We'll have 9, so we can go. I think we just don't turn anything. Next turn, swing for 6, and then drop this. Oh no, he's gonna go for 5. Ooh, that's really good for him. Yeah, I think we just drop this, swing for 6 with lead, and just don't say anything. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in hand. He takes, which makes sense. So that tells me he probably doesn't have the 8 cost in hand. And then we could swing for 10, and then that would be 2, so we'd have 8. So 5, 10, 2 more times. It doesn't sound like the worst plan ever. This one's cheap to counter out of, so we'll do it. That one's not cheap to counter out of, so we'll take. Ooh, he does get the Whitebeard. Okay, so that is fine. We just need to be careful with how we do this. So we do have the killer. He has the thatch. He has the fossa. So what we could do is we could go Ezo to rest the blocker. And then we could go, that'd be 3. So we'd have 7 left. So then 2, and then swing. Well, we want this live, we want this live. Alternatively, we just go for it, right? Because he's gonna have 10 cost here. Let's see what we can grab by going for this. Okay, so this gets us either a Zoro, which is a 1k counter, a Bartolomeo, which is a restand for a film character only. I think we grab the Bart now in case we can get into a Luffy later. And then that leaves us with 8 Dawn. So I think we could take 2, swing for 10 into Thatch, which I'm assuming he's going to block, because that seems like a good point to block. He counters, okay. Thinking, so let's go. Because killer, if we drop killer, he just goes 2 here and then destroys it. If he goes, if we keep enough up for Punk Gibson will boost us to 12, which means if he doesn't put if he puts the 2 here, swings into it, he could pop a killer, and then that's just like a really, really bad position. But here he can swing for 8, making me waste 1, 10, making me waste the Punk Gibson, and then I'd rest a blocker. He doesn't have another one. He has no life. So next turn, we will win if we survive a turn. So I think the game plan is we want to see how many cards we can make him waste. And I think the best way of doing that is to swing 6 twice into him, leaving, 6 twice into Marco. See if we can get 2 cards out of him, because he's going to need to either use a card to revive or a card to block. And that leaves us with 4 up. So if we get into a Punk Gibson and he's already swung, like let's say he's already taken out our kid, that puts us in a position that we will be able to survive next turn. And our goal is for him to try to push next turn to win. And then I think we have enough counter in hand to stop it, because he goes at most 20, but he has to get past the killer, the kid first. So he's going to waste one of his big swings at least. And yeah, I think this is the play. Because even with Marco, we get 2 13K swings at worst, and he'll be at 6K. So 13K, that's 4, 7 each time. He's got 3 cards. He'll have 5 in hand after this. And we know one of them is a 4-cost Marco. Boom. And we have 2 life. So yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 reasonable swings. I have 2 life left, and he has to get past the kid first. And we have 1, 2 2Ks, 4 1Ks, and a Punk Gibson in hand. No non-counter, which feels pretty nice. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if he does go for the Marco play, he would need to save 4 Dawn up. 1, 2, 3, 4. If he doesn't, then we could just drop the Ezo. Here he goes, first one. I think we 2K, 1K. 2K, 1K. And we're keeping the Ezo in case he plays out the Marco. I think if I 2K, 1K, we're fine. I know I said we wanted to keep the Ezo, but I think we're fine because we can rest 1 blocker. Ooh, that's huge. Okay. So he's got 1 up. He's got 2 blockers. I think we start just by going for this. Boom, 4 over. He's gonna have to use a blocker on this. Yep, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't know what else is in his hand. This could be a bluff. If he's bluffing, this is brilliant on his part, though. He could just have it. Oh, okay, we got it. That could have been 2K, but by the way he's playing, he was out there like really bluffing, or we had it. So sometimes you just got to go for it, because like there he would have had to get out of the 1 hit there, 2 to face, and I would still have 1 life left, and I had 1 counter left. So I would assume that this might be some kind of counter. It could be. There's a lot of things that this could be that would win me there. So wow, that was close though. Good game. This is probably our worst matchup, the Rob Lucci, because obviously he gets to double attack. He also has just basically nullifies all blockers. We chose to go second, so that was nice. He does play the Spandam. Not everyone's running this because some have a smaller CP package than others. But it does appear that he's playing the Spandam. I could play out the killer, but I feel like if I play out killer right now, it's just going to die. He probably is not running the Kobe if he's running the Spandam, but there's a lot of other things that he could be running. And we do get a nice 2K off of life. Now that I'm at 4, we will do the... he's going to be at 5, though. If he has Kaku in hand, that sucks. What did he grab off of Spandam? Kumadori. So he has a Kumadori in hand for sure. I mean, you just got to go for it sometimes. It will suck if we don't get a search off of it. And I should have swung first. I thought I already swung. Well, I'm going to get... he's going to have the event. Nope. Okay, cool. But yeah, well, Kaku, he doesn't have fuel for. Oh, cool. We're safe. Unless he runs the Kobe. Or if he air doors. Air door could also be a way of getting through. I don't want to waste a 2K. We'll have 6 next turn. Next turn, I think we're playing this actually. So I'll burn a 2K. I think that's fine. We also might play the Izo, because Izo, duress this, take out the Fukuro, just because that's an annoying blocker. We also get 4 less. So if he plays a Barcelino, we can get around it. He air doored. No way. I feel sacked. I feel so sacked. And that's glitched. That good for him. That's like ideal situation there. There you go. Ideal situation there for him to be able to air door, get the fuel he needs for Kaku to be live, and play out the Kaku. That was really impressive. Well done. He does go for the restand, and then he swings for 6 now, and I think we 2K again. Okay, we do get ourselves another Nami. We'll start with just swinging for 5, though. 5. That'll give us 3, 4, 2 up. Yeah. 5 more. Use card action. And we do... Here, we grab the Usopp, because next turn we go for the Luffy play. And we have 2 up. So we can kind of bluff the 8 Punk Gibson here. I mean, obviously we don't have it, but there's nothing really good to play for 2. Like, if we throw out Killer without a Dawn, A, he's probably just going to get Kaku'd anyway. And B, he wouldn't be able to have the Dawn, so we wouldn't be getting a lot of value out of it. Do we want to save our Brook? We don't want to not save it. I think we actually kill her here. That might come back to bite me in the butt later, but I think that's the right play. And now we Chopper. He's got 7 Dawn. The Kaku play again. Oh, that card is so good. It's so good. All right, we don't have a lot of Dawn to play with, so we do have to swing face instead of dealing with this board. Or do we play down the Hawkins? I feel like if we play Hawkins, we're going to immediately regret it, because he's going to just play the... what's it called? What's that other card called? Then the other Navy, Sakazuki. But we could potentially get rid of a Kaku. I think we're going to do that. We'll go 6 into Kaku, see what he does. We can go 6 again. 1Ks. We got it. He just gave it to us. He probably has Sakazuki in hand, though. Ready? Sakazuki? He doesn't Sakazuki us here. Then next turn we get to go Luffy into Usopp. And then still be able to swing twice with the Hawkins, which is kind of ideal. We do have 4 life to his 3. And if this is basically non-blockable. Goes 8, we'll let it die. He still has 7 up. Oh, Fukuro and to Borsellino. Yeah, that's... Ooh, and we can get a board. And we have a Punk Gibson live. All of a sudden, this just started looking a lot better for us. So yeah, let's not reveal too much too soon. So that's 7. That leaves us a 2 up. Cool. We'll just go swing into the Kaku first, because it's free. We'll see if we can get rid of another blocker. Cool. I should have swung 5 first. I'm an idiot. Don't follow me, guys. He just took it. Why would he take that? So what I should have done, and what he should have done there, is he should have blocked with Borsellino. 100% full stop. The Borsellino block there was free. I should have swung Kid into life first, and then go Killer, and then try to take out the Borsalino. But he just let an attack go through, so for no reason. That was a bad play all around, but it is what it is. We do have the Punk Gibson live. We do have a blocker. We have a lot of cards on board, and he only has 2 life left. So he could do something to out the Luffy potentially. He could like Suru into Sakazuki would be one way of doing that. For this, I think we block. And I'm trying to bait him to try to go a little bit higher and swing into my Luffy like that. We hit no blocker. And then now, boom. So he could go 9 into the Spandam and then get a reset and then swing again. But that seems very inefficient. Ooh. He's got 3 Dawn left. I have no hand, but I have a big board. And we've got another card that's going to give us another card. And this card is going to get us into... We'll just grab the Bartolomeo. And then we can go here. 1, 2. We can just go 8. Probably should have swung with something else first. I should have swung with the Usopp first. Attack Usopp into there. I'm trying to get him to give us cards. There we go. There's one. All right, so my theory here is at most you can take out 2. 2 of these. And I'm not worried if he takes out 2 of these. Like, let's say he takes out these 2. I still have 4 swings, right? I could go 5, 5, and then 13, 13. So I don't care. It is what it comes down to. If he discards 2 cards, he now has 3 cards to deal with. Again, I just don't care. So even if he goes another blocker like that, so he has double blocker. I just go 5, 1. He's gonna have to block or counter 2. He's gonna have to block or counter, and then we just go 13 twice. And good game. Or 12 twice. Numbers are hard. Yeah. So we beat block. I had a huge misplay. He had a couple of misplays as well. So I think it evens out. But Kid's feeling really nice. I'm going to try to find another game, and I'll be back. He wants to rematch. I'll give him a rematch. I think he's playing the eventless build. He chose to go first. Yeah, he's definitely playing the eventless build. We'll mulligan. We can turn 1 search with Bonnie. If we can get into our character kid, I think this is unwinnable for him. So that's what we're after. We do not see it. We can grab the Punk Gibson, which is really strong. He's smart. He goes after that. Yep. And he swings 7. Seems like a missed opportunity. Probably should have swung for 7. Oh, I guess that works. I probably should have countered out of the other one. Let's get some searches off earlier. Perfect. That way we can apply more pressure in the early to mid game. here. I think he's going to go Magura. Magura boost. Oh, he might not have the Magura then. He's going to swing 5 at face. I'm going to go Frankie because it's not very efficient to play the Frankie out. Zoro comes out, swings 6. I will 2K. 6. I will 2K. Keeping that life nice and healthy. And now we're just going to go 5, use card action. We'll grab another Brook. We'll swing 5 at face. Or not at face, at his Zoro. And then we'll go 1, 2 more using this one. Grab that Luffy. It's down to 3 in hand. Next turn we get 8 Dawn to play with, and we can do the Luffy into Brook into Usopp play, which is kind of gross. Do we want to protect this and make him waste more cards on it? I want him to swing 1 more into it. Because I actually... Oh, perfect. That works. I actually don't want this to keep around because there's no need for it. But now he only has 2 more swings. I'm taking both because next turn I'm getting up my big blocker and clearing board. Nice. Let's go... 5. He's got a lot of life, but he doesn't have much hand. And I think that'll be playing in our favor next turn. Because we won't have, the Punk Gibson isn't going to be live now, but it will be shortly. Grab the Bart. Boom, no hand. Sweet. 1, 2, and 3. I could go Bart, and then I could restand the Nami, and that will prevent him from being able to clear out the Nami. But I kind of want them to take out the Nami so that I live. Because we have 2K, 2K, 1K. Let's go fishing for more cards. If he takes out these 2, we play Luffy into Bartolomeo. Clear out board. And I think we're fine. He's going to go for a 7. Pre-allocating Dawn. 5. I'll let the Brook die because we already have our follow-up. Next turn we're going Luffy into Bart. And then that should give us 2 Dawn left. It's got 6, 2 left here. So we will go 1, 2. You can go 8, that's fine. Where are you going with that? If you go life, I have 2 2s. 1, 2. Boom. I think what we do actually, now that we have this, I think we just win because we play this out. Bring out the Bart. I mean, it doesn't matter what we go into him with. No matter how you sequence that, it's the same effect. Rest. Play out the Bart. Oh! I forgot to attach the Dawn. Oof. Oof. The biggest of oofs. Fair. I guess we let this go. Because he has 2 more swings here. He's got 1 card left in hand, which I think we knew. He got it off the Dodon, I think. Okay, so now we just go here. We'll attack to one of these. Attack into the other one of these. Play this, and pass. Because now what he has to do is play around over this and through a Punk Gibson. He deploys the Ezo. So he needs a minimum of 3. So he's at 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So if he goes up to 3, he has no other plays. We clear out this. Oh, then it'll be a grind from there. What do we want alive more? The Kid or the Luffy? I feel like with the Luffy, we stop 1 attack per turn. This is only going to really buy me 1 more turn. So we have to start thinking about what we want to do. Ideally, we draw into a Bonnie. And then the Bonnie gets us into like a killer or something, and then we take out 2, and then we have a killer, and then we draw a card, and then we keep like resource manage that way. But yeah, this is going to get a little bit difficult. As he just goes 10, boom. Might as well Hawkins. Okay, this is decent for us. I think we just clear here, here, boop. Because now he has to decide if he wants to go for the Usopp, he wants to go for these, whatever these things are, he's going to play out. We have 2 life, he has 4 life, but we can get past that a lot faster than he can, since we have 9, 7, this could become 7, and then, so that'd be 1, 2, 4, and then that's 6 left, so we could go 8, 8. That'd be an option for 5 swings next turn. Whatever he drops is gonna have to get past 8 cost Kid, and then it's just a matter of time before I draw into a Bonnie, and then I still have 2 life as well. Let's go 7 into Usopp. Makes sense. There's the Bonnie. Let's see if we can get into a killer. We get into another Bonnie. We're looking for killer at this point. Probably go with the Luffy. And yeah, we'll just go turn this guy sideways. Swing for 7. Give him a card. Give him another card. So he has 2 Bonnies that he's going to have to deal with. I'm going to get a draw. He's going to probably have to try to clear board here. Or he's going to have to start pushing for life, try to get to game. It's no matter what he does, it's not going to be fun. He's got his Zoro. Because if he clears out the Hawkins, then... Or if he doesn't clear out the Hawkins, then he's going to struggle to keep any advantage that he has. If he doesn't clear out the Bonnies are going to get in the way. So I'm curious as to what he goes for here. So he might have the Rush Luffy or double Rush Zoro, something like that. That could be coming up. He'd have to go there, but then I just turn. But if that's the case, then I just swing 8, 13 twice. I think that just wins. Yeah, he goes for life. Interesting choice. Yeah, I think next turn this just turns, and then we swing 13 twice, right? Am I crazy? Or maybe we go like this. 9. If we want to be a little more conservative. He takes... Okay, so let's think about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'd be 6. That's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he gets one more card. So we could do the safe play, or we could try to... We'll extend this just a little bit longer. Into Rook. And then next turn we have it for sure. I probably could have gone for game there, but I think this is safer because even if he has 3 swings on board, we have 1 life. We now have a lot of 2Ks in hand. He has to get past this. So if you waste 5 Dawn to get past this, we're fine. What did he toss? He tossed a Magura and a Brook. He's got 4 in hand. We've got 2K, 2K, 1K. This, he has to get past an 8K. So if he gets past the kid with 5, that's 3, that's 8. If I counter out, then he's done there. If he goes 3, so that's 6, 2 more, that would put him into 8. Swings there. We 1K out. Can't swing at anything except for the kid. We have the killer. The killer's going to give us a draw. We have another life. So yeah, we're super safe. Oh, that's nice. So he goes 5 cost, swings 11. No blocker, we 2K, 2K. Can't block, obviously. So yeah, now he just passes and he disconnects. Yep, that's game. 8 cost kid just kind of beats the low to the ground Zoro meta. Let's see if I can get a game against like Katakuri. That would be a good one to finish this off. All right, we've got a Katakuri right here. I'm not liking my hand. I do see the Namis, which are great. He's going first. I do have two 2Ks though. We're taking a lot of hits. I really, in the Katakuri matchup, I really want to see a Bonnie or something. It could just get a lot worse though. I think we keep. We don't really have any turn 1 play. Turn 2, we go just Nami out there. Yeah, thanks. You too. Gosh, typing's hard. We have a Luffy. That's good. And just pass right back. Three Dawn. He's probably going to load up 1, swing for 7, check his life out, see if he looks at, puts in the bottom or top. He left it at top, so he probably has a trigger on top. It's really the only time you should be leaving it on top instead of rotating to the bottom. Or it could also be, I guess, like a dead card as well. We'll just swing in for 5 because we want to get the search off with the Nami. Even though we have a lot of the film targets in hand, it's still good to cycle through. And there it is. Oh, that's a good one. But we are equal in life, so we just don't want to go down. Oh, that would have been nice. Grab a 2K with that. Next turn we'll have 6 Dawn to work with. We are not seeing the Brook yet, but Brook would be a good card to get. Another one, Hawkins, would really help with the late game. A top deck for Bonnie would be like the best case scenario. We want to find ourselves... Ooh, what did he use? Thunderbolt? He did. And now he's lower. Ah, I like that tech. So we have an option. We either take 2 hits and then we go down to 2 life, or we counter out. I think we take, because what could happen if we do not take that is he could just kill us if we don't counter out this one though. He could just discard that off of the Big Mom effects. So I think this is probably desirable. We'll just swing 5 into his board. See what he does. 1K's out. He's got 4 in hand now. Our hand advantage is definitely looking good. We'll play out the Nami. Use Nami to grab the Usopp. Keep our hand healthy. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 2Ks. We have 3 7 cost Luffy, which is not ideal. We'll trash chop life. That would have been nice to have in hand. He does get the Lin on curve. We'll have 8 Dawn next turn. Probably just take this, right? Yeah. Oh, this is looking rough. 5. So next turn, we don't have a Brook in hand. So we're going to go Luffy into Zoro. So I think we 1K. We do have a lot of 2K in hand, which is nice. Oh, I mean, I think it's fine. We have a billion cards in hand. So he just lets it die. Great. Swing at life again, use effect. We get our first miss. It happens when you're only seeing 3 at a time. It does suck to bottom deck 2 Punk Gibsons, but part of the game. He 1Ks out with Pudding. 3 left in his hand. I will do another one. Imagine a trigger that like rests your opponent's Dawn. That'd be so disgusting in yellow. Oh, got out a smoothie. That's really scary. We'll go here. And we just want to go into Zoro. Next turn we'll have 10 Dawn. We just need to survive, I think. If he goes for game here, I think we'll be fine. If he goes for life, if he goes for board, I think it's a little bit harder. Oh gosh, he is like loading up on the Dawn. 10 Dawn. Okay, so that would be 3 2Ks. He still has the Big Mom, he still has 5 Dawn, and he still has a Smoothie. So I think the 3 2Ks is actually sounding the better route here. So we'll go Apu, Chopper, Chopper. We want to hold on to the Ezo as long as we can be allowed to, because goes 9. 9 would be the rest of these, or I could block. So he still has 4 left, so he can go 9, 11 with that. So I think what we do here is we go 2K, 2K. That puts us to 9, 10. 2K, 2K, 1K. Just use the effect. That's the question. Free block. If he used the effect, that would have been really gross because we have no more counter. But that's just free block, so we'll take it. We have the Apu. I think now what we do is we just swing with everyone because he only has 1 blocker and 2 cards left in hand. No Dawn up. So we'll go lowest to highest. And then hopefully at the end here, we'll have enough. He takes trigger. It's scary when they think that long. Okay, that's probably what it was. So now we go 7. Ooh, that's really scary. He's down to 0 life, and it wasn't the blocker. The blocker probably would have been a worst case scenario there. We can assume those are all gonna go 7 more. If he goes 2 life here, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we swing 11 twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good game. All right, so we could have afforded to lose the Luffy there because we still would have had 2. GG. He wants a rematch, but I've got all the footage I need for tonight. So sorry, my guy. I'll have to get you next time. I'm going to go edit this video now. Bye.